Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lingia Diana. I call myself Dwayne Johnson's wife. For reasons I will keep to myself. But if you guys don't know Dwayne Johnson, he is a famous actor also known as The Rock. So I am very privileged to be here today. I am a sickle cell warrior and a very proud one at that. This event speaks core to me and to the millions of warriors out there. And I am happy that we are making strides towards eradicating this detrimental and chronic illness out of our lives. Sickle cell to me has been one of those conditions I cannot put into words. But if you don't know what sickle cell is, this is a genetic blood disorder that causes our red blood cells to become abnormally shaped. They're kind of like a banana. So because of that, these cells do get stuck in the blood vessels, which causes an acute amount of pain. It's almost like a hammering in the body, like someone is hitting you with a hammer. So imagine living with such pain for all your life. There's nothing you can do. There is no treatment for it. But you keep on with the grace and with the science that has come forward. Throughout my primary school, I think I have been that one weird child who was exempted from physical education. How many of us know PE here? Exactly. I was one person in school who was exempted from having physical education because it exerts a lot of pressure onto the body. Each time we would come from physical education, I was sure to end up into the hospital under admission, getting intravenous for very strong medications such as morphine, tramadol, phenol, and among others. These are drugs which are so powerful. So because of that, I have a weakening in my body because of the continuous long-term intake of very strong addictive drugs. But my story doesn't just end pathetically at primary, because as I kept maturing and going into high school, I realized that my life was a little bit more stable. I wasn't fully out of pain, but I could function. Each year I grew, I could function. And I would actually laugh at the doctors' faces, because doctors would tell me, you're not meant to live past the age of 13. You're not meant to live past the age of 15. Surely by 20, you're going to die. And so it is to my greatest surprise, actually, that I am 26 years old right now, working as an executive administrator at a hotel in Nigeria, somewhere there. So in high school, I had this friend of mine who was very open about his condition. I thought I was the only one with sickle cell at the time. Of course, there could have been people, but because if you're not so open about something, you'd hide it. But I had that one friend of mine who would battle this condition with me. We were both sickle cell warriors. Because of him, I had hope. Because of him, high school seemed a lot more easier. After high school, which was in 2017, unfortunately, my friend passed on due to sickle cell. And because of that, I lost hope. Complete hope was lost. I stopped doing the routine things which I normally used to do, including taking the routine drugs, going for the routine checkups. I lost complete hope, and I entered a space of denial in my head. I thought maybe if I deny sickle cell enough, it wouldn't want anything to do with me. But I was also tired. Not to say I was suicidal, but I was just tired. Whatever would have happened to me, I accepted it. So from 2017, thank God, I went on to enter university, and I graduated with a bachelor's in business administration, which is still a shock to me, because according to doctors, I wasn't meant to live past the age of 13. So after graduation, a friend of mine in 2023 held a genotype awareness event, meant to raise awareness for sickle cell, come and know your blood type and your genotype. And she invited me. But because I had entered such a dark space in my life after my friend in high school passed on, I didn't want to attend. She insisted. And just like our CEO here, I'm a foodie. And she said, if you come, there'll be food. So I went for food. I didn't go for sickle cell. I didn't go for the awareness. I didn't go for genotype. I went for food. When I attended that event, I met a 60-year-old sickle cell warrior and a 50-year-old sickle cell warrior. In my head, I'm baffled because are we not supposed to die by the age of 13? And for me to see such elderly, healthy, living people with sickle cell was something I could not imagine. And then on, from that event, my hope was restored because they kept encouraging me, telling me that you can even live up to 90 with this condition. Nothing will happen to you. And I was super happy. From that event, I also got back my motivation to do something about sickle cell. 2024, I decided to become very active in my advocacy against sickle cell. So I reached out to a friend of mine, told her how I was so inspired by this genotype awareness event, and I want to do more towards my community because I cannot deny it. I am one of the warriors. So she referred me to a contact in Rare Mark Foundation. This contact took me through what the foundation was about, how the foundation helps fellow warriors. This foundation is centered around warriors. So I spoke to the contact, and then inside the foundation, there is also a mini community called the Warriors Club. And coincidentally, there happened to be a meetup. The Warriors Club always hosts monthly meetups for sickle cell warriors. So you can just come, look at fellow sickle cell warriors and relate and tell stories. I attended that event for the first time in 2024. And when I tell you, I was shocked to see and to hear that there were so many other sickle cell warriors, my age mates, you'd not believe it. At first, I couldn't believe a warrior could live until 60 years. Now you're telling me I have age mates who are with me in this condition, this detrimental and chronic condition. And when you talk about the similar stories like having yellow eyes or having surgeries, you are not seen as an odd subject because almost every one of us, the warriors, has gone through similar experiences. So because of Rare Mark, I happened to meet all these fellow warriors, and I'm so happy. Did you know that sickle cell warriors have talents and skills? But because of this condition, we are not given a chance. Employers don't see us worthy having around. Of course, with the pain crisis that comes very unpredictably, you cancel on plans abruptly. So because of all of these other factors, you find yourself not being given a chance in the world. But Rare Mark Foundation helped me. Rare Mark Foundation gave me a chance to be expressive. I happen to know, by God's grace, that I love public speaking and it is my passion. Through Rare Mark, I'm able to do that. They have hosted me on podcasts. They had held me in events. And because of Rare Mark, I'm actually here to talk to you so that you can see my skill. All that is to say that sickle cell is a very chronic and detrimental condition. My caregivers, well, I was raised by a single mom. I happened to lose my father early this year. But I have forgiven my parents. I choose to believe that they did not know any better during their time. I choose to believe that. If I don't believe that, I'll hate them forever. I am the only child with sickle cell at home. We are children of 3, 2 boys and 1 girl. So honestly, I'm the princess at home. I'm the princess with this detrimental condition. But I cannot let it define me. I feel like my life so far is very successful. I don't know how people measure their levels of success. But to me, living till the age of 26, having a perfectly paying job, I'm able to rent on my own right now and support myself, I think I can say I am successful to an extent. I just want to encourage fellow warriors out there. You know, doctors used to call us sicklers, but now I have learned that the word is warriors because we go through a lot. We fight the most unimaginable pain on earth, and we come out victorious. So we are warriors. You are fighting with me. You are fighting with the rest of the warriors in the world. And I can tell you they will be happy to know that this step is being taken. To conclude, I'd like to thank the organizers of this event. I would like to thank Rama Foundation. I would like to thank God. Because despite it all, yes, I trust the science, but I wouldn't be here without God. Because many have not made it, and I am still standing on my 2 feet to testify that He has brought me thus far. I'm a person who trusts science as well, because science has gotten me this far. Yellow eyes are my hallmark all my life. People ask, why do you have yellow eyes? Apart from that, sickle cell has severely damaged my body. I have a mass on my liver. Of course, it's non-cancerous. I have scars on my body due to surgery. I had my gallbladder removed last year. And I don't have a spleen. Did you know that your spleen can just disappear when you have sickle cell? I went for an x-ray one time last year and they told me, oh, your spleen is not there. So that's the organ damage I'm talking about. I would like to see a future free of sickle cell. And I will do what I can on my part to ensure that it no longer exists. Because I dream of having children myself. I don't want to have my kids suffer this detrimental condition. I will encourage everyone to go for genotype testing because it is really important. Thank you very much for having me.